My girlfriend called me today. Her voice a soft ripple across the static sea. A thread of warmth pulling me from the gray of a morning draped in fog and routine. The phone hummed in my hand, alive with her presence. A small miracle of wires and waves that carried her breath to my ear. It was early, too early for the world to be kind. The coffee still brewing, its bitter scent curling like a question mark. Her hello was a spark. A flint struck against the flint of my heart. And suddenly I was awake. More awake than the dawn itself. She laughed. And it was sunlight breaking through a canopy. Dappled and fleeting. The kind of sound that makes you believe. In summers that never end. I could see her, though she was miles away. Her hair a cascade of chestnut waves. Tucked behind an ear as she spoke. Her eyes, those hazel pools. Dancing with mischief or maybe just joy. Did you sleep okay? She asked. And I lied. Because how do you tell someone that your dreams are just echoes of them? Echoes of her hand brushing mine. Of her silhouette against a sunset. Of the way she hums when she's thinking. A melody I can't name but can't forget. The call was brief. A fleeting bridge between our separate worlds. But it stretched time. Made minutes feel like hours. Like we were sitting side by side. On that old park bench. The one with the chipped green paint. Where we'd talk until the stars grew shy. Her voice was a map. Guiding me through the labyrinth of my day. She told me about her morning. The cat that stole her toast. The neighbor's dog barking at shadows. And I listened. Not just to the words. But to the cadence of her life. The rhythm of her ordinary. Which to me was extraordinary. I wanted to tell her everything. How the sky this morning looked bruised. How the silence in my room feels heavier when she's not here. How I keep her scarf on the chair. Still scented with her jasmine perfume. A relic of the last time she was near. But I didn't. I just said, that's funny. And let her laughter fill the gaps. My girlfriend called me today. And it was like the world paused. Like the universe held its breath. To let us have this moment. I could hear the clink of her coffee mug. The rustle of papers on her desk. The soft sigh she makes. When she's trying to sound strong. I know that sigh. Know it like the lines on my palms. Know it like the ache in my chest. When the call ends that we talked about nothing. And everything. About the movie she watched last night. About the song stuck in her head. About the way the rain sounds. On her apartment's tin roof. I told her about the book I'm reading. How the hero's courage feels hollow. Compared to the quiet bravery of loving someone across distance. She said my name. And it was a poem in itself. 2 syllables that held a world. I wanted to bottle that sound. Keep it in a jar by my bedside. Open it on nights when the dark feels too deep. Her voice is my lighthouse. Guiding me back to shore. When the waves of doubt crashed too hard. My girlfriend called me today. And I wondered how a phone call could feel like a hug. Like her arms were around me. Even through the cold glass screen. I pictured her in her cozy sweater. The one that's too big for her frame. Sleeves slipping over her hands. As she gestured to make a point. I love her gestures. The way her hands dance. When she's excited or angry or alive. She told me about her plans. A weekend trip to the mountains. And I felt a pang. Not of jealousy, but of longing. To be there, to see her face. Lit by the glow of a campfire. To hear her whisper secrets. Under a sky stitched with stars. I said, that sounds amazing. But what I meant was. Take me with you. Even if it's just in your heart. The call wasn't long enough. It never is. But it was enough to remind me. That love doesn't need to be loud. To be real. It's in the quiet moments that I miss you, she didn't say. But I heard anyway. The way she paused before hanging up. Like she didn't want to let go either. My girlfriend called me today. And it was a gift. A small, perfect thing. Wrapped in the ordinary. I carried her voice with me. Through the rest of the day. Like a song I couldn't stop humming. Like a warmth in my pocket. That kept the cold at bay. I thought about the first time we met. How her smile was a question. I've spent every day since answering. I thought about the nights we stayed up late. Talking about dreams bigger than us. About fears smaller than we'd admit. I thought about the way she cries at sad movies. And how I'd give anything. To be there with a tissue and a bad joke. Her call was a thread. Tying me to her across the miles. A reminder that distance is just geography. Not a measure of the heart. I wanted to tell her that. Wanted to say. You are my home. No matter where I am. But I just said, call me tomorrow. And she said, of course. And that was enough. My girlfriend called me today. And the world felt softer. The edges less sharp. The colors more vivid. Her voice was a paintbrush. Coloring my gray with her light. Reminding me that love is not just a feeling, but a choice. A promise. A call in the middle of the day. When you least expect it. But need it most. I hung up the phone. But her presence lingered. Like the scent of rain after a storm. Like the echo of a song. You can't stop singing. I stood there. Phone still warm in my hand. And thought about how lucky I am. To be loved by someone. Who makes a phone call. Feel like a miracle. My girlfriend called me today. And I'm still carrying that call. Tucked into the corners of my heart. Where it will stay. Until the next time her voice finds its way to me. Across the static. Across the miles. Across the everything. That tries to keep us apart. And when she calls again. I'll be ready. With a heart full of words. I may or may not say. But will always feel. Because her voice is my anchor. Her love is my sail. And today. She called me. And that's enough. To keep me going. Until tomorrow.